All right, well, hello everybody, and welcome to our channel. This is Blue Trucking City. It's a wonderful channel, wonderful game. My son made it, and I'm here helping him and helping you all today learn and discover about Roblox Studio. And now the purpose of this, I'm just gonna turn this down just a little bit. Hopefully we'll be adjusting the audio levels throughout the video here just to see. All right, because I want you guys to be able to hear my voice and the music. So, what I'm going to try and do is create a video series of tutorials, hopefully that are going to help you learn Roblox Studio. And hopefully you'll be able to take your ideas and actually make them into a reality, make a wonderful game that people are going to want to play. And yeah, so let's get right into it. So in today's tutorial, we're just going to do episode number 1. Let's do a quick tour of Studio. This is Roblox Studio. So you have your basically your workspace, and then everything else is essentially on the right here, the Explorer. Think of this as like a file folder. And inside that file folder, these are your individual folders, and they do different things. Now up on the top here we have model. This is where you can create objects and do different things. Your avatar, okay? Testing, you can create a test server. You can invite your friends to play on your test server. There is a lot, but we're going to break it down and we're going to try and go through each element, hopefully in a way that is simple and easy to understand. So the very first thing we're going to do is we are going to create a part. Now, what is a part? A part is essentially an object. So what I did there is I clicked on part. There's different types. You can create a block. You can create a sphere, a wedge. What else we got here? A corner wedge. And a cylinder, and these are just basic shapes. So then we click on model. You have your move button, which allows you to move the object. Scale button. This allows you to make the object larger or smaller. Rotate, kind of self-explanatory, allows you to rotate the object. Okay. Transform, haven't played with this. Definitely have to do a tutorial. I imagine this is like if you want the object you want it to transform into something bigger. I'm not quite sure how that works. That might have to, yeah, let's see. Might have to use a script to further enhance how this thing actually transforms. I'll have to look into that. That'll be on a future episode. And you got all these like collision groups, and there's lots of things that you can do. So that's pretty much the basics. With these objects, you can create anything. If you've seen any of the previous videos or you've played Roblox, you'll see that there is literally no end. If you have an imagination, you can build it. Now this is one way. Okay, the other way is you can go into the home tab and you can click on the toolbox. And in the toolbox, I'm in the audio section here. You've got all these are pre-made vehicle structures, lights. These are pre-made things that people in the community have made, and you can add them to your game. I would be cautious with a lot of these. Here, we'll just do a quick example. Here, let's take a vehicle. Let's say I want a car. All right. See, it says 54 scripts. Okay. And it gives you all these errors. So you have to be careful sometimes when you're loading vehicles in or objects in that are full of scripts. Because sometimes those scripts will do things that you don't want, or they'll just give you a bunch of errors that you'll then have to try and fix. All right. enough of all that confusing stuff. So, create a block. All right, so in this block, let's see. We are going to, yes. So we'll click move, and you right click on it, duplicate. Okay, now we have 2. We're going to do that one more time, duplicate it. So now we have 3. Okay, let's change the color of this one to green. Let's change the color of this one to red. And this one can stay the same. So as you can see here, we have 3 different parts. Let's select all 3 of them. Press the group button. Now, all 3 parts are within a single model. We can rename that model whatever you want. I'm going to rename this light because that is what we are going to make. Now, why do we group all 3 objects? Well, you're going to see when we start to make the script that it's easier to have all 3 objects in a single model when it comes to trying to find the parts and trying to make the parts do things. Otherwise, you have to work through each folder. If this part was hidden deep inside a folder, you would have to trace that path to wherever it is. And then if you happen to move it around in your game, that path might change. So this is probably one of the best ways that we can just do something really simple. Okay, so in this part here, we're going to rename this one to our light. And then we're going to right click on that. And we are going to go insert object. And now when you do that, this menu pops up. And look, it's got all these. That's a lot of stuff. Basically, any object that you can insert into it. So for now, we want to insert a, let's search. We're going to insert a surface light right here. There's 3 types of lights. Surface light. Yeah, let's do this. Let's duplicate that 3 times. Okay, and let's spread it out here. So one is going to have a surface light. One is going to have a point light. Insert object, L-I-G-H-T. One is going to have a point light, and one is going to have a spotlight. And that way you'll be able to see the difference between all 3. Now, when you select the light, it shows you where the light is facing. It shows you, let's see here, we will go to the view, view? And then we have this properties tab. Click on properties. These are the properties of the spotlight. So this shows you your angle that it's facing, the brightness, the color, whether it's enabled or not, its range, what side it faces, all these things. Now you can change these manually, or you can have a script that changes these in the script. You can change the angle, whatever. But for now, basically all we're going to do is we're going to take these lights, and we are going to, let's make them 3 different colors. And we're just going to turn them on and off with a simple script. All right, there. So you can almost see, and then I'll show you how to change the lighting. Okay, so now that we've done that, it's my first video. It might be going a little bit fast. We'll slow it down here. All right, so we want to right click on it, insert object. We want to click detector, and then we want to insert object. We want a script, and then that'll bring you into this. Hey, wait a minute. So you have these 2 tabs. You've got your base plate tab, which brings you back to your workspace. And then you have your scripts tab, which brings you into the script.
For your next video? Then you need to check out Artlist.
I need to check out Artlist. There, we'll do that. All right. Now, a script essentially is code. It's the code that's going to make the part or whatever it is do whatever you want it to do. So in this case, we have a click detector. So what we need to do is we need to define the click detector. So we say local button equals, and we go script dot parent dot click detector. right? The script is here. The parent of the script is the part. And the click detector is within that. So basically what we're doing is we're saying, let's find the file folder, and within that file, we have, and if you rename the click detector, let's say you rename it to detect, right? Something like that. Then what you have to do is you actually have to make sure you have the right name in your code. Otherwise, it'll be searching through the part, and it'll probably give you an error, and it'll say, well, I can't find the part you're looking for. So names, spelling, all that stuff is really important. Now that we've created the variable, we want to create the function. So we say button dot mouse click, because you're going to be clicking on the click detector with a mouse click, with your mouse button. Connect function, just like that, right? Now it always gives you make sure it's like this. It'll always give you an additional parentheses because it's trying to write this within the parentheses. So, all right. And then end, obviously end tells the script to stop once it's done running the code. And in between these, the end and here, this is where we're going to write our code. So what do we want it to do? Well, let's say script, right, which is this script. And then we want to say dot parent, which is part. And then we'll go to the parent of the part, which is light. Okay. Oh, and I just realized I messed up. This is going to have to be light B and light C. And we'll rename this to light A. So we've got light A, B, and C. Otherwise, it'll say, hey, I'm looking for light. There's 3 different types of light objects. Which one do you want? And it'll actually do nothing. You'll be clicking on it, and it'll say, hey, I can't do anything. There's another way to do it. Later on, we'll show you in advanced scripting where you can have every object in a folder do what you want, change colors, this and that. There's a certain way. It's just in. So we have let's see, dot light A, right? And we have, that's a surface light, which is the name of the light. This one's a surface light. So let's see. Let's turn it on. Enabled equals true. Okay? Simple like that. So now, what I need to do is I need to click on the surface light, and I need to make sure that it isn't enabled. We'll do that for all 3. All right, simple, easy peasy. Go to lighting, change the clock time to 5 or 6. I find it's reasonably dark. All right. There we go. See? Neat, huh? And Studio crashed. Why? I don't know. As you can see, my mouse. Studio decided it was going to crash. So you know what? Here, we're going to do this. We're going to save the file. We're going to save this as test. Okay. And then let's go new. See, my mouse is back to normal. Oops, shouldn't have gone to new. Open from file. Test. There we go. So one of my pet peeves was Studio. It crashes a lot. It has a lot of, you'll get used to that. You'll see, you'll understand. So save. It auto saves, it does, but make sure you're saving too. All right, click model, move. Okay, so now that we have our first part, which turns the light on, we have our red button, and we want this to turn the light off. So we go insert object, we need a click detector, and we're going to insert object, script. Okay, we can delete this hello world. That's the first When you're in school and you learn about programming, that's one of the first things that they teach you is how to print hello world onto the screen. So we do the same thing. Local button equals script dot parent dot click detector. We won't rename it, we'll just leave it the same. Then we say button dot mouse click. Now you see mouse hover enter, mouse hover leave, max activation distance. So these are other events that can happen. I think with the click detector, if you go on the Roblox site, maybe I'll do that. We'll see the different ways that you can interact. But for now, we're just going to go mouse click. All right, easy. And then when you put the semicolon in, it automatically will come up with, okay, well, what function do you want it to wait? What do you want it to do? So we go connect, press F, brings up function. Look at that. It's hidden in the parentheses. We only need one. See, it automatically puts the second parentheses in there. We want to delete that. All right, simple. Simple, simple. Now, what do we want this one to do? We want to go script dot parent dot light A. Now, as you see, when you press L, it brings up all three, A, B, and C, and that's because it can find all three. So you'll notice as you're programming, as you're making more advanced objects and you're writing code, it will automatically find the path, or you should easily be able to find the path to the object that you're looking for. And if you're able to do that, it will function without any error. And if you're having trouble finding your endpoint, then you know something's wrong. Either it's in the wrong folder, it's in the wrong location, something's up. So light A dot, what did I say, enabled, right? Oh no, we want a light A dot surface light, that's right. Dot surface light dot enabled equals false. All right. True is on, false is off. Really basic, really simple. So on, off, on, off. Really simple, just like that. Now, the other thing I forgot to mention, and I'm actually surprised. So these objects aren't anchored. Now, what does anchored mean? Anchored essentially means that these objects won't move if you touch them. Let's see here. Might actually have been why it crashed. See? See, I can knock them over. Ah! I can knock these over. That's because they're not anchored. Anchored is just another property of the part. Basically what it means is, okay, do you want it to move? Yes. Don't anchor it. If you don't want it to move. Same thing with can collide and can touch. Do you want to be able to touch the object? Yes or no? Do you want to be able to collide with the object? Yes or no? If we turn can collide off, this is good when you have lots of parts together. You'll see I'll be able to walk right through them. Fantastic. Yeah. So that'll do it for this video. Video number 1. We created a light. We created 2 buttons. We turned on a single light. But wait, that's not the end. We have light B and light C. So let's add those to, let's add those here. So same thing. Now you can write it out. Let's write it out. In the beginning, if you're not very good at scripting, the best thing you can do is write. Write the lines of code over and over again. Don't copy and paste. It's the best way to learn. Reinforce it. So we got light B. And now in light B, it's not the surface light. It's the point light. So we have to say, no, not dot parent. Dot point light. Or else it'll say, hey, wait a minute, I can't find what you're looking for. And then in the last one, it is a spotlight. So script.parent.light.C .spotlight .enabled equals true. All right, now we have to do the same, turning them off. Script.parent.light B .point light .enabled equals false. And then we have the light C, which is the spotlight. So we go script.parent.light C .spotlight .enabled equals false. Just like that. Now if we press play, in our very basic example, turn it on. Hey, all three lights turn on and they turn off. They turn on and they turn off. All right, well, thank you very much for watching this short, quick video, I hope. I'm going to add a lot more. We'll do lots of basic scripting. We'll do a lot of basic things. And then what I want to do is I want to bridge you into some advanced scripting. So that way you can take your ideas and make real fun games like you see on Roblox, which to me is amazing. You know, youth have such amazing ideas, and you literally can do whatever you want. Well, thank you for watching, and have yourself a wonderful day.